Deputy Speaker, the ability of books to transport us has never been more important than in 2021, when the only places we could go to were in our imagination. After fires, floods, COVID, more floods, and then, like the rest of Greater Sydney, 4 months of lockdown, it's no wonder people from my electorate in the Blue Mountains and Hawkesbury sought refuge in books. One of the moments of lightness in my week has been the Megalong Bookstore's weekly quiz on Instagram. Thank goodness no one else sees your scores. The independent bookshops in my electorate will be pleased that they can now have the doors open again and people walking in and browsing. I was the kid with the torch reading Seven Little Australians under the bed covers, hoping my mother wouldn't notice as she walked down the hallway. I'm one of those people who has to read a few pages of a novel before I fall asleep, although it's more likely to be a self-lit Kindle these days. So in the 10th year of the Australian Reading Hour, on September the 14th, I shared one of my favourite books with my community on social media, Boy Swallows Universe. And I asked my local bookworms for their recommendations. Well, I was overwhelmed from many other people also singing the praises of the exceptionally talented Trent Dalton, through to the recommendations for Australian authors like Leanne Moriarty, Kristen Hanna, to Deborah Oswald. Literally hundreds of people took to social media to comment on what they were reading and what they liked about their books, including, I might add, the Shadow Minister for Women, who also loved Boy Swallows Universe. We even had talk about books that were yet to be published, like local author Victoria Brookman's Burnt Out. And I have an advanced copy of that I can't wait to get started. My post sparked so many conversations between strangers who found something in common. It helped people find a connection with each other while we were being forced by a global pandemic to be physically apart. I hope it helps some people perhaps feel a little less lonely. And that is the beauty of books. That small interaction really was proof that books can be an escape from the worries of everyday life. We can get lost walking in someone else's shoes and for a few precious minutes forget about the homeschooling or the working from the home or the not working. We can all empathise with others. The statistics bear out the anecdotal evidence. Last year, during the first wave of lockdowns, the Australian Institute of Family Studies noted a 30% increase in the number of Australians reading books. Maybe we'd worked out that reading reduces stress by 68% and works faster than listening to music, playing a video game or going for a walk. Deputy Speaker, my community is filled not just with readers, but also with writers. The Blue Mountains is home to Varuna, the National Writers' House, arguably the country's leading development place for literature. People go there to create wonderful stories. Originally the home of writers Eleanor Dark and Dr. Eric Dark, Varuna's house and gardens were gifted to the Australian public in 1989 by their son Mick to be used as a retreat for writers. More than 200 writers participate in residence and professional development programs at Varuna every year, with hundreds more readers and writers taking part in workshops, programs and literary events. I was very pleased to be able to help support Varuna's work in 2020, helping them secure funding through the Volunteer Grants Program. The Blue Mountains Writers' Festival is a highlight of the Varuna calendar each year, and it should be happening this week. We will miss it, but Varuna has continued to support our writers, recently announcing the 29 winners of its residential fellowship for 2022, from more than 440 submissions received. I congratulate all those who were successful and the team who've continued to support writers online through this pandemic. Deputy Speaker, the theme for 2021 Australian Reading Hour was Stories That Matter. And I'd like to end on a story that really matters to the many creatives living in my electorate, the loss of income that they've experienced through the pandemic. While book sales went up, the events that helped them earn income went down, and the Australian Society of Authors found 53% of authors and illustrators had lost events income. So it's not been an easy ride. I'd urge everybody to take the time to explore the world through a book, especially an Australian book. Support our local authors, support our arts and publishing industry. Your mind will grow, your spirit will grow, and you might just learn something about yourself.